Hello Lakers fan, if you are one of those who are always up to date with the news about our Lakers, then you need to stay tuned to what is coming up on our Lakers news channel. I am preparing exclusive coverage on the possible signings of Lakers, and what I can tell you is that rumors are catching fire on social media, and if you don't want to miss any information, stay tuned. We have exclusive news every day. If you are a true Lakers and don't want to be left out of the news, be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Let's go to the video.
Lakers rumors. Ownership change makes contract extension more appealing for Luka Doncic. When the Los Angeles Lakers pulled off a blockbuster trade to land Luka Doncic at the deadline, the focus of the franchise began to shift, from the LeBron James era to the 26-year-old superstar they hope will define their future. With Doncic eligible for a contract extension in August, the Lakers are under pressure to build a team that fits his style and championship ambitions. It's no secret they need a strong center and a better defensive identity to return to title contention. A potential curveball emerged this week when reports surfaced that the Buss family is selling its majority stake in the Lakers to billionaire Mark Walter, who also owns the LA Dodgers. Considering Doncic recently experienced a major ownership transition with Mark Cuban selling the Mavericks, leading to his shocking move from Dallas to Los Angeles, it wouldn't have been surprising if he had concerns about another shift happening so soon. But according to ESPN's Tim Bontemps and Dave McMenamin, it's quite the opposite. Doncic is actually excited about the change, and sources close to him say the chances of him signing a long-term extension in August have gone up. One source put it simply, Walter's deep pockets and proven track record with the Dodgers make LA even more appealing to the young star. When Walter took over the Dodgers, he immediately invested in building a world-class infrastructure, from analytics and player development to medical staff and front office depth. That same level of investment is exactly what the Lakers have been missing. Despite their massive market, iconic legacy, and prime location, the team hasn't been able to sustain success for over a decade. The NBA salary cap may put limits on roster spending, but Walter's impact could be felt in every other corner of the organization, and that's exactly what Doncic is counting on. Early Thursday morning, Doncic took to social media to share his excitement, hinting that he's ready to embrace his role as the new face of the franchise. As the Lakers enter a new chapter, Doncic appears poised to lead the way. Luka Doncic and LeBron James reportedly excited about new ownership. Both Luka Doncic and LeBron James are reportedly enthusiastic about Mark Walter taking over the Lakers. While neither star is currently under a long-term contract, all signs point to both being in the building when the Lakers open training camp for the 2025-26 season. Lakers ownership change sparks optimism, Luka Doncic more likely to sign long-term deal. When the Los Angeles Lakers made a blockbuster move at the trade deadline to acquire Luka Doncic, the franchise signaled a shift toward a new era. With LeBron James nearing the twilight of his career, the focus has clearly moved to the 26-year-old star expected to carry the Lakers into the future. Now, with Doncic eligible for a contract extension in August, building a roster and environment that matches his championship ambitions has become the Lakers' top priority. This week brought an unexpected twist to that mission. Reports confirmed that the Buss family is selling its majority stake in the Lakers to billionaire Mark Walter, the principal owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and co-owner of Chelsea FC and the WNBA Sparks. The deal, valued at an unprecedented $10 billion, marks the largest franchise sale in American sports history. Despite concerns that another ownership change might unsettle Doncic, especially after his exit from Dallas following Mark Cuban's partial sale of the Mavericks, sources now say the opposite is true. According to reports from ESPN, Doncic is excited about the Lakers' new direction under Walter and is now more likely to commit to the franchise long-term. A source close to Doncic stated that Walter's financial resources, paired with his success in building elite sports organizations, makes the Lakers a far more attractive destination. Walter's leadership with the Dodgers, where he invested heavily in analytics, infrastructure, and player health, aligns perfectly with what Doncic reportedly values in a franchise. In fact, Doncic took to social media Thursday morning to express his optimism, saying he's eager to build something special in Los Angeles alongside the new ownership group. A new era for the Lakers. Walter's purchase is not just about dollars, it represents a cultural transformation. While Jeanie Buss will remain as team governor and retain a minority stake, Walter will take over control of basketball operations, long-term planning, and organizational development. This move addresses a long-standing issue for the Lakers. Despite being one of the most iconic franchises in sports, they've struggled to sustain success over the last decade. Now, with Walter's modern results-driven approach, the franchise is poised for a fresh start. What it means for Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Donic's future in Los Angeles now looks more stable than ever. The Lakers are expected to build a roster tailored to his strengths and are already targeting upgrades at the center position and on defense. Meanwhile, LeBron James has yet to make a final decision on his $52.6 million player option, but the sense around the league is that the new ownership structure and the opportunity to compete alongside Doncic has made a return more appealing. If both superstars commit, the Lakers could enter the 2025-26 season with one of the most dynamic duos in the league, backed by a revitalized front office and a championship-oriented ownership. Reactions around the league. Magic Johnson, a longtime Lakers legend and former executive, voiced his support for the deal, calling Walter a proven winner and someone who does everything the right way. NBA executives and rival teams are closely watching how this deal reshapes the Lakers' approach, especially in terms of front office hires, player development, and financial strategy. Fans, meanwhile, are energized. After years of frustration over inconsistency, many see this as a long overdue reset, one that finally puts the team's resources and brand to their full potential. Buss family approves majority vote to sell Lakers. A new era begins. Wednesday afternoon delivered a seismic shift in the NBA world. The Buss family has agreed to sell their controlling stake in the Los Angeles Lakers to Mark Walter, CEO of TWG Global, in a historic deal valued at an astonishing $10 billion. The Buss family has been the heart and soul of the Lakers since Dr. Jerry Buss purchased the team in 1979. Under his leadership, the franchise reached legendary status, 11 NBA championships, countless Hall of Famers, and a legacy woven into the fabric of basketball history. When Dr. Buss passed away in 2013, ownership of the Lakers was entrusted to his 6 children through a family trust, each receiving an equal share. Jeannie Buss has served as team president and chairperson of the board, but any decision to sell the franchise required a majority vote among the siblings. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, that's exactly what happened. The siblings voted by majority to move forward with the sale to Walter. However, it wasn't a unanimous decision. As reported by Brian Windhorst, also of ESPN, some members of the family opposed the sale. There are 6 Buss children, 4 from Jerry Buss's first marriage, and 2 from his second. Each holds an equal share. A majority vote was needed to sell, and while some were in favor, others were firmly against it. This marks a truly pivotal moment in Lakers history. For more than 4 decades, the Buss name has been inseparable from the purple and gold. Even though Jeannie Buss will remain involved in a leadership role, the symbolic weight of this transition is significant. That said, Mark Walter brings a strong track record, having overseen the Los Angeles Dodgers' resurgence into championship contenders. LeBron James and Luka Doncic reportedly excited about the sale. As the offseason heats up, there's a fresh wave of excitement surrounding the Lakers, and it's not just among fans. Superstars LeBron James and Luka Doncic are reportedly energized by the potential of this ownership shift. Early reports suggest the sale could unlock significant investments in key areas like scouting, analytics, and player development, making the Lakers an even more attractive destination for elite talent moving forward. In many ways, this isn't just the end of an era, it's the beginning of a bold new chapter. And with the backing of one of sports' most visionary owners, the future of the Lakers looks as bright as ever. A new chapter, what comes after the sale? With the $10 billion sale of the Los Angeles Lakers to Mark Walter now official, the basketball world is adjusting to one of the most dramatic shifts in modern NBA history. While Jeannie Buss will remain in a leadership role, the family's decision to relinquish majority control signals a new era for one of sports' most iconic franchises. Briefcase, a historic sale with wide-reaching impacts. This deal not only sets a record for the highest valuation of an NBA franchise, it also reflects a broader transformation in the sports industry. Traditional family ownership structures are increasingly giving way to powerful investment groups with global ambitions and deep financial resources. Mark Walter, who helped lead the revitalization of the Los Angeles Dodgers, brings with him an aggressive high-investment philosophy that could dramatically reshape the Lakers' operational model. Bar chart, a shift in strategy and culture. Under Walter's guidance, the Dodgers became a model of modern sports management, emphasizing analytics, advanced scouting, and infrastructure investment. Those familiar with his approach expect the Lakers to follow a similar path. Expansion of the analytics and scouting departments. Modernization of player development and training facilities. A more aggressive stance in free agency and trades. This could mark a sharp departure from the more traditional, sometimes cautious management style under the Buss family, especially in recent years. Basketball players react, optimism and momentum. Inside the locker room, the mood appears to be upbeat. Both Luka Doncic and LeBron James are reportedly enthusiastic about what the future holds. Doncic, who joined the team mid-season, praised Jeanie Buss for her leadership and expressed confidence in Walter's vision for the team. LeBron, long interested in franchise ownership himself, is said to view the sale as a positive step, one that could open doors for long-term strategic investments in the Lakers' future and even set the stage for his own post-playing career. This wave of optimism isn't limited to the stars. Players and staff reportedly believe the change in ownership will lead to improvements across the board, from travel accommodations to off-court support and medical innovation. Repeat button on court implications. Since acquiring Doncic in a bold mid-season trade, the Lakers have surged, going 11-2 in their final games and finishing as a top seed in the Western Conference. Analysts credit this rise not only to Luka's individual brilliance but to a renewed chemistry with LeBron, who has adapted into a more efficient late-game closer. With new ownership in place, this momentum is expected to continue. The franchise now has the resources and leadership to capitalize on this success and become a more consistent championship contender. Globe showing Europe-Africa beyond the court. Reactions to the sale have extended far beyond Los Angeles. Fans, former players, and league executives all recognize that this moment symbolizes more than a change in leadership. It reflects a shift in how elite sports teams are built, managed, and valued. Magic Johnson praised Jeanie Buss for guiding the organization through decades of success and expressed hope that the team will thrive under new ownership. Meanwhile, league insiders suggest that this sale could influence how other NBA franchises approach future transitions, especially those still held by longtime family owners. Lakers news: LeBron James names Metta World Peace as the toughest defender he's ever faced. That was the moment I realized, this league is real. After 2 decades of dominating the NBA, LeBron James has seen, and overcome, just about every elite perimeter defender the league has had to offer. From lockdown specialists to gritty role players, countless defenders have tried to slow him down. Most have failed. But there's one name that still stands out to LeBron after all these years: Metta World Peace. On the latest episode of the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, LeBron was asked a simple but loaded question: who was the toughest defender you ever faced? Without hesitation, he answered, Ron Artest. Metta World Peace now. Strong as a bull. Quick laterally. Hands like a thief. LeBron didn't just throw Metta's name out casually, he told a story. One that took him back to his very first year in the league. Just 18 years old, fresh out of high school, and already carrying the weight of sky-high expectations, LeBron found himself matched up with a defensive beast in his prime, Ron Artest, then with the Indiana Pacers. He was so good with his hands, quick laterally, strong as a bull, LeBron said. We played a game when I was just a kid, and man, it was a battle. That game showed me what the NBA was really about. James recalled Artest, now Metta World Peace, as someone who made him think every time down the floor, someone who didn't just guard you, he tested you. He made me realize, okay, this is real. This is what the league is about. Stay locked in, because this is a grown man test. And I loved it. A defensive force that left a lasting impression. Facing Metta wasn't just a challenge, it was a defining experience for young LeBron. In his rookie season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, he landed in the same division as Artest's Pacers. That year, Artest would go on to win the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year award, and LeBron got a front-row seat to what elite defense looked like. It's not often that James reflects on his early years with that kind of clarity and reverence. And the fact that, out of all the defenders he's faced, Kawhi Leonard, Tony Allen, Bruce Bowen, Draymond Green, he names Metta first? That speaks volumes. Metta World Peace wasn't just tough. He was relentless. And for LeBron, he was the first true welcome to the NBA moment. LeBron has no plans to coach after retirement. While fans are already dreading the day LeBron steps off the court for good, many have speculated about what might come next. Would he take over a front office? Buy a team? Or maybe coach? Well, according to LeBron himself, that last one is a hard no. When asked on Mind the Game if he could ever see himself as a head coach, LeBron laughed off the idea. No chance, he said flatly. It makes sense. After 20 years of game prep, film study, and carrying teams deep into the playoffs, LeBron likely isn't looking to sign up for another lifetime of 82-game grinds from the sidelines. Coaching takes a different kind of commitment, and LeBron seems ready to explore new roles once his playing days are over. Final thoughts. LeBron James has faced, and beaten, the best defenders in the world. But the fact that he still remembers the battles with meta-world peace so vividly says something powerful. It's not just about scoring. It's about being challenged. It's about respect. And maybe that's what makes LeBron who he is. Not just the talent, but the way he honors the game, remembers its warriors, and understands what it took to become the player he is today. The ripple effect of LeBron's respect for meta. LeBron's praise for meta-world peace didn't just highlight a personal memory. It reignited a conversation around one of the most misunderstood and at times underappreciated defenders in NBA history. Meta, formerly known as Ron Artest, had a reputation that often overshadowed his skill: physical, intimidating, emotional. But hearing someone like LeBron James, widely considered the greatest player of his generation, single out Meta as the toughest defender he ever faced offers powerful validation of the defensive legacy world peace left behind. Almost immediately after the podcast aired, fans and former players flooded social media with their own stories and memories of Meta's defense. Clips of his battles with Kobe Bryant, Paul Pierce, and yes, a young LeBron, began circulating again. He wasn't just physical, he was smart, one fan wrote. He could read plays 2 steps ahead. Even players like Draymond Green and Patrick Beverley chimed in on X, formerly Twitter, calling Meta the blueprint for how to defend in an era filled with offensive superstars. LeBron's comments reshaped the legacy conversation. For years, debates about the best defenders of the 2000s often focused on names like Bruce Bowen, Ben Wallace, and Kawhi Leonard. But with one honest reflection, LeBron may have just moved meta-world peace back into that elite conversation, and rightfully so. It's easy to forget that during his peak years with the Pacers, Meta was a two-way monster, averaging nearly 20 points per game while locking down the opposing team's best scorer. His 2003-04 Defensive Player of the Year award came during the same season LeBron entered the league, making their early battles all the more impactful. That James still remembers them so vividly, and holds that experience with such high regard, reveals just how formative those matchups were. Why this matters to the Lakers, then and now. The connection between Meta and LeBron isn't just historical trivia. It's deeply relevant to the current Lakers culture. Meta World Peace would later join the Lakers and win a championship alongside Kobe in 2010. He's still deeply respected in the organization and among its fans, not just for his game-saving moments, like that unforgettable Game 7 three-pointer versus the Celtics, but for his growth, humility, and honesty. LeBron's public respect toward Meta subtly reinforces a larger message. The Lakers are built on defense, resilience, and a legacy of toughness. It's a standard that stretches from Meta's era to LeBron's reign, and hopefully, into the future of players like Anthony Davis and the next generation of Lakers. A glimpse into LeBron's basketball soul. LeBron James didn't have to mention Meta. He could have gone with easier answers, more recent rivals or more popular names. But instead, he chose honesty. And in that honesty, we get a rare look into what made LeBron LeBron. Someone who remembers who pushed him, who made him think, who tested him early when everything felt new and the league felt overwhelming. Ron Artest, now Meta World Peace, was one of those first tests, and that memory still lives in LeBron's mind, not as a challenge, but as a lesson he carries to this day. What's next for both legends? Meta continues to work in player development and mental health advocacy, using his platform to mentor younger athletes, something LeBron clearly appreciates, given his own leadership role in the league. Meanwhile, LeBron has made it clear, coaching isn't in the cards, but his legacy as a teacher of the game is already cemented. Whether it's mentoring his son Bronny or sharing moments like this one, James is always paying it forward.